A group of U.S. lawmakers is asking the NASDAQ to delist blacklisted Chinese companies. Said that Heisai's connections to China pose a risk, both in terms of the U.S. military potentially using their technology and in the data that Heisai is collecting in the U.S.
What if I told you that the world's balance of power could shift overnight? China is preparing to surpass America by deploying technology that may challenge the very structure of global dominance. This is not a matter of the future or a science fiction novel. This is the reality of supercomputing and artificial intelligence, and it's happening right now. In recent years, the US and China have been competing fiercely to lead in the development of the world's fastest supercomputers. Next-generation platforms, these supercomputers will be the engines of future technologies. These machines, which refer to vast servers capable of processing billions of calculations in a second, go beyond the traditional definition of computing power. The applications of supercomputers span virtually all fields of human endeavor, including natural disaster forecasting, climatology, materials science, pharmaceutical research, and many others. However, in the context of global power distribution, supercomputers represent something much more significant, as they are key to using technology and military force in the struggle for domination. For years, the US has set the pace in this race by dominating the top 500 supercomputing forum, which lists the world's most powerful computing systems. However, China has recently withdrawn from this race and chosen to keep its advancements in supercomputing secret. This decision is not merely an act of withdrawal from a global position, but a calculated move that speaks volumes about China's external policy goals. By keeping its latest advancements a mystery, China leaves the rest of the world guessing. China's recent withdrawal from the top 500 supercomputing forum has significantly impacted the global tech market. Since its inception in 1993, the forum has been the premier venue for showcasing the world's fastest supercomputers. By opting out, China effectively signals that it is now playing a different game, one that can be won through secrecy, ambiguity, and calculated aggression. This move has also revealed a shift in the dynamics between China and Western countries, especially in terms of scientific cooperation. For years, Chinese and Western scientists collaborated to develop newer and faster supercomputing systems. Now that China has pulled out, that era of cooperation seems to be over. Such a division could hinder the overall rate of technological development, as the US and China used to share knowledge and resources. This change may lead to stagnation in both countries, which could fail to advance for the greater good. However, China's withdrawal is not about scientific inadequacy or social inferiority. It reflects the existing rivalry between the world's two superpowers. The US has gradually reduced the export of high-tech products to China, particularly in areas with military applications. This has compelled China to use homegrown technology, which, although not as advanced as Western imports, provides China with some independence and freedom of maneuver. Supercomputers today are not only used for scientific research, but are also critical components in military systems. The ability to create war game scenarios ranging from atomic explosions to designing new fighter jets represents a significant strategic strength for any nation. In this regard, the supercomputing race between the US and China appears even more intense. The rise of China's supercomputing capabilities could bring it closer to developing the next generation of military technologies. This might eventually enable to produce prototype weapon systems at a sophistication level and speed beyond America's reach. The nation with the most powerful supercomputers could become the world's military superpower, as even a 1% technological lead could be equivalent to an entire generation. This is why China's improvement in supercomputing is troubling the US, as it comes from a rival nation. The current US government has already made efforts to limit China's access to advanced technologies, such as denying Intel processors to Chinese supercomputer makers in 2015, and later blacklisting several Chinese supercomputing organizations for suspected ties to the military. These actions have slowed China's progress but have not stopped it. In response, China has intensified the development of its technology, with its supercomputers now powered by domestically designed processors. Recently, due to increased technological restrictions imposed by Western countries, China has embraced several innovative measures. For instance, since China cannot directly source next-generation chips from NVIDIA, it has started designing its processors for use in its supercomputers. While these domestic chips may not be as powerful as their Western counterparts, China is leveraging sheer computational force to achieve its objectives by linking many such processors together. This approach might seem like a brute force method, but it's proving remarkably effective. China has shown that it can defend and innovate, demonstrating the country's determination to achieve technological independence. As China continues to invest in and improve its technology, the gap between Eastern and Western supercomputing capabilities is narrowing. However, China's ambition does not stop with supercomputing. The country is also making significant advancements in artificial intelligence, another area that holds great promise for technological progress. Some Chinese companies are even on par with or ahead of their US counterparts in developing AI systems. This rapid development is at least partially due to China's adoption of open source systems, which tend to be more efficient and involve more cooperation. Artificial intelligence is poised to become the next frontier of technological warfare, and China has embarked on the journey to dominate once again. AI is strategically important for China, which invests billions in its development and provides the necessary conditions for innovation. In contrast to America, where most proprietary technology platforms are deployed, China has encouraged the use of open source frameworks, accelerating AI advancement. This strategy is paying off. Chinese organizations are catching up and now designing AI systems that are equivalent to, and in some cases even superior to those produced in Silicon Valley. From facial recognition to self-driving cars, China is redefining the capabilities of artificial intelligence. However, AI advances in industries are only part of the picture. China is also pursuing AI for its power-related applications. AI's implications will affect nearly every aspect of life, from warfare and surveillance to economics and finance. The country that masters AI technology will be the leader in the 21st century. China's rapid progress in AI is not just a testament to its technological power, but also an indication of where it sees its future. As China steadily surpasses the limits of supercomputing and artificial intelligence, the global balance of power is shifting. Under President Xi Jinping, Chinese leadership has set a long-term vision to transition from an industrial economic model to a technology-driven one. This shift is aimed not only at economic transformation, but also at establishing China as the world's technological leader. The consequences of this process are far-reaching. As China develops new technologies, the world is likely to see increasing tensions between countries with competing technological standards. The US has awakened to the possibility of losing its leadership in the technology race and has begun investing more heavily in AI, supercomputing, and other advanced technologies. However, the race is far from over, and the outcome is now more uncertain than ever.